Welcome everyone to the Speaking Part 2 Personal Experience Analysis. Before we start, I want to remind you that I will be following the Speaking Part 2 Personal Experience Tips and Strategies Guide. Now, you can find this guide in our CELPIP library in Speaking Part 2. And right over here is the Speaking Part 2 Tips and Strategies video. Now this video explains very clearly the guide and how to use it effectively to achieve your score. And in this analysis, I will be following the tips and strategies provided in that guide. If you would like to see that video and to get a better idea of the guide, please go to our library and you can watch that video. Okay, now let's get started with today's example of Speaking Part 2. Okay, everyone, let's read this Part 2 personal experience question. Let's remember we have 30 seconds to prepare in the real exam, and we should speak for up to 1 minute, okay? Talk about a time you had an accident and hurt yourself. Okay, so we had an accident, got hurt. You can talk about a time when you went to the hospital, broke a part of your body, or had a car accident. Okay, you can talk about any of those or another you have. The questions we need to answer: when did it happen? Okay, how did it happen? How did you deal with your car accident or your accident, sorry? And how do you feel about it now? Okay, let's remember that I'm going to be using the CELPIP Speaking Guide from our website. And the most important part is how to organize. This will help us organize and speak our ideas clearly and completely, okay? So this is what I'm going to use. Okay, so let's begin then. So I'm going to introduce the question first. I'd like to speak about a time I had a car accident. So my example is going to be about a time I had a car accident. Very important. The blue, it's going to be the structure that I'm using, okay? And in this case, we're going to be using a lot of past tense because it's going to be a past tense situation. So had, right? Not have, had, okay? Okay, so what's next? We're going to answer the first two questions maybe. Okay. First of all, this happened when I was a passenger in a car and my driver fell asleep. So I was a passenger in a car, someone was driving me, and the driver fell asleep. Fall asleep, fell asleep. Okay, suddenly he went off the road. So you're going straight, but go off the road means go to the side, right or left side. And we landed in the ditch. So the car went maybe to the right and they landed in the ditch. Okay, and fortunately, it says, fortunately, I only hurt my back. So it wasn't a serious accident. So fortunately, and this person only hurt my back or their back, okay? Okay, so next, We need to now talk about how did you deal with your car accident? Okay, let's see. So, regarding how I dealt with the accident, so how did you deal? So, past tense, how I dealt with the accident. Well, I went to the hospital and the doctor said I needed to take some medication. Okay, so in this example, the person went to the hospital. I went to the hospital, and the doctor said I needed. It's all past here, past tense, okay? Put that there. Needed to take some medication, okay? So that's how they dealt with their accident. Now we're going to get to the last question. How do you feel about it now? How do you feel about it? Okay, let's see. Personally, up to now, I feel very scared when I'm in a car. So I make sure I'm never sleeping in a car or in the car. Let's put in a car. So the person says, how do they feel now? So up to now, they feel very scared. The person feels scared, okay, when they are in a car. So they say they make sure they never sleep, or I'm never sleeping in a car. Okay, so everyone, this is an example of CLB 5.6. The language, it's not very difficult to understand. And also, the ideas are a little bit simple, but that's not the important part. The important part is that we need to speak this answer fluently and in 1 minute. And we need to try to sound natural, okay? And so also we need to make sure that we follow order. That's why we have structure. And that's what the blue part indicates here. And we need to make sure that we don't make simple mistakes, like not using past tense. If we use present tense, that's a simple mistake. So let's try to not make simple mistakes and speak this example in 1 minute. Okay? So I'm going to try to speak it very slowly, and you can follow along and focus on clarity, flow, pronunciation. Okay? So let's bring it over here for 1 minute. Okay? Now I'm going to be speaking very slowly so you can follow along. Okay? Here we go. Okay. I'd like to speak about a time I had a car accident. First of all, this happened when I was a passenger in a car and my driver fell asleep. Suddenly, he went off the road and we landed in the ditch. Fortunately, I only hurt my back. Regarding how I dealt with the accident, well, I went to the hospital and the doctor said I needed to take some medication. Personally, up to now, I feel very scared when I'm in a car. So I make sure I'm never sleeping in a car. Okay, so you see, we said it with plenty of time remaining. Okay, now it's very important. So CLB 5.6 means that A student that is level 5 or 6 can say this answer in 1 minute without making many mistakes. So to practice, everyone, let's try to speak it and read it for 1 minute in 1 minute. Read it once, twice. And the best thing that you could do is maybe practice saying this answer in 1 minute without reading. And also not from memory. Should be from your own mind. Okay, everyone, let's practice. I would like to remind you that if you're looking for some more listening, reading, writing, or speaking CELPIP exam practice, then you should definitely subscribe to our CELPIP library. The CELPIP library has hundreds of examples of listening, reading, writing, and speaking, which will help you develop your score, whatever the score you need. Also, the library contains vocabulary, listening skills, reading skills, grammar, and writing skills exercises, which will really help you improve your general understanding of English and also for the exam. So, and you can purchase a 1 month pass or a 2 month or a 3 month subscription for a very low price. And of course, if you really enjoyed this content, then please like this video, share it, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way we will keep on producing more CELPIP analysis for your development. Have a great day.